Hi everyone, this is Fitch the Hedgehog and welcome to this video. Yeah, here is Mo. Yeah, he just came out of his Death Star. And here is Galen, and he is a large cuddlekin lying down wolf from Wild Republic. And I know this wolf is really loved by its fans. I still have the tag on mine apparently. So, this is just a gigantic lying down wolf, and there are several reviews on YouTube about this guy. Also mine. So if you ever want to see a review about it, well, it's quite possible. Now this plush is just really loved by a bunch of kids and a bunch of wolf lovers. I don't really like the nose of mine because of it gets narrower here. I don't really like it. So I think mine his muzzle doesn't really end up looking very nice. But after all, it's very, very sweet plush. And he is just so adorable. Just look at this guy. And I have been looking on YouTube for another large Wild Republic plush, which I would like to, which I wanted to see a review about. But apparently no one ever made one. So I'm gonna do it myself today. Because apparently this adorable cuddlekin wolf is not the only one that was produced by Wild Republic. Wild Republic also produced another large wolf plush, which is a large sitting up one. And I think the assortment is called the Little Biggies. So you want to see what it looks like, he's right there. So let's just unbox this package and have a look. And just look at these guys. Really enjoying the bed. Well, yesterday one of the planks broke. It's because of my big fat butt. Well, you're gonna find out that this wolf has an even larger butt than mine. So, hold on. This is going to be quite exciting. I'm actually really, really excited for this package. So I'll just put him here, because while on the bed he won't be able to stand up straight. Apparently I don't have any receipts, just paper. There you go. Actually, his tail is under him. I'm going to open the bag and let's have a look. So, here he is. Now the very first thing that I notice is that I'll have to brush him, because actually his hair is coming forward, it's coming straight over his eyes. So it's like he actually needs a haircut. Maybe you can just brush them in the right direction, and hopefully my wolf will end up have a nice look in its eyes. Because as you can see, the hair is quite long, and the way it's coming over its eyes is just like, yeah, a bit weird. It reminds me of a human haircut, a boy haircut. Like, yeah, a bit of a Justin Bieber haircut from a while ago. Maybe I can just cut a bit of his hair, just to make sure you can still see his eyes. I'll do this for now. And his whiskers as well. Now this is the wolf in general. And he is absolutely gorgeous, I think. So just to give you a nice view, this is what his side looks like. As you can see, his legs are still quite long. This is a really big plush. And also his little bum here. And the long tail. So, there you go. He is very, well, he stands up very well. And very straight. But you're gonna find out that, well, just listen. That his legs are very firmly stuffed, and they contain wires to sustain the animal. So this is more like it's a heavy toy. It's heavy, so I suggest you will have to pick it up with 2 hands. But it's a very straight, nice statue, a figure. It just symbolizes the wolf and the nature as it is, but it's very straight, proud way of sitting, I'm gonna say. So like I was showing, this is actually a general overview of him. So he's very wolf-like looking. And this is his coat. Now here mine has a bit of folded parts. He has like little, not really wrinkles, but something like that. And the back legs don't contain any wires, but they are very straight and well finished. They don't. Actually, the legs don't really feel like Galen's legs. These legs are very squishy, and he has like little beans in his toes. Well, this guy doesn't have any beans in his toes, and his legs just feel different, especially because of the wires, which is very surprising. See also the shape of the muzzle here, which has a nice length, is very well made. He has a very large plastic sticking out nose. And this is the tail. I hope he stands up. Well, there you go. And the tail is not bad. It reminds me of Galen's tail. Really much. Sometimes in Wild Republic plush they are like little pieces that come off. There you go. And this is actually the other side. So I would suggest if you get this plush, just groom his hair on the back, especially on the eyes, because this looks a bit like a mess to me. Just that his hair here is really, really long. Can't see anything actually. That's what his eyes look like. And his ears are also very straight. I can't explain why. I think there is... Well, I thought I felt some wires, but it doesn't really seem like there actually is one. So for some reason, look, the ears are very straight. They won't come down easily. I'm glad they really finished the details like the ears and the legs and the wires in the legs. I have my Bold plush here, my large Disney Store Bold plush, and I wish he had some wires, because he actually falls down. And, well, it's still quite okay, you know. Just to compare, thought this is a large sitting up K9 from the Disney Store this time. This is a Wild Republic plush from the little Biggies. And this is actually the comparison. So obviously the wolf is almost much larger. Also, if you want to compare the sides. So this is not a small plush. I know in the description it might look small. But this wolf is obviously not, and I told you his butt was huge. But it's just It looks quite okay, you know, when you see the belly there. Let's have a look at his belly. So, when you actually see a large plush on the Disney store compared with this guy, you see that the size is obviously different, which I did not expect. And seriously, it is super large. So, I'm just gonna put this guy. But this is a very tough and firm guy. There you go. This is actually what the belly looks like. So it has a nice shape. It is not very, how should I describe it? It is not very chubby. Actually, the animal keeps his nice shape. And also can stand up really straight. And that is what I really appreciate about this plush. It looks really lifelike. Oh, seriously, your haircut. What happened to you? I wanted to name him Scrooge, but I'm not quite sure yet. His ears could have maybe be a bit more fluffy, because wolves have such fluffy ears. But, you know, they're good like that as well. You can see that also his muzzle is actually pretty realistic. So, yes, they really did a good job on this plush. And I hardly say that about Wild Republic plush. Because, in my opinion, they're not the most recommendable or the most full quality plush. I wasn't quite sure about this guy at first. I have been waiting months to get this guy. But after all, I can really say, I really recommend him. He is very awesome. I've been waiting whole day to pack this out. And I'm gonna put a little collar on him. But just, yeah, this is a very firm guy. So, if you want to get this wool for a child, or for yourself, just remind yourself that you better carry him around with both hands or arms, in case of a child, because he is large. See that his legs aren't short at all. And, to be honest, I think they almost did a better job on this guy than on the lying down one. He just looks so, oh my god, so lifelike. Well, I know there are some plush that look even more lifelike, but it's just, here, the shape of the muzzle. And, yeah, well, his muzzle. No other name for it. And they also have the really sweet white cheeks that wolves sometimes have. So yeah, no paw pads. As you can see, this guy is super heavy. His legs sustain him well. The tail has a nice shape and nice length. This is a gorgeous plush, especially if you want to put him with the lying down one. Just look at the haircut. Oh man. Now let's see, let's put Galen next to him. See what we do, what we can make of it. Flying Galen, woo! Ah, there you go. Actually, the lying down wolf is pretty flat compared with the very proud sitting up one. But this guy is also very suitable as a pillow. Hey Zerg, how are you? I'm just gonna put you back in the basket. There you go. No, stay in. Stay in. Nice. Maybe we shall compare tails. There you go. To be honest, I don't think the tail on this plush looks very, well, it's not like they are just one. It's like you have the plush and the tail. Don't really like the way the tail was put on this plush for some reason, but maybe it's just the way the plush lies down with his both legs on a different side. Maybe that is why the tail doesn't really fit this plush, I think. But that's, of course, that's my opinion. Might sound like nonsense, but really this is This is my opinion. I thought the tail should have been a bit longer, and maybe it should have it should have had a better place on the plush. Here I think the tail goes much better with the body of the plush, and it's a bit smaller apparently. So apparently the tail here is longer on Galen than on, well, it's thicker. It is a bit of a larger fluffy tail. This tail is a bit thinner, and it even has a very pretty shape, I think, which is not actually, yeah, the case here. I know the tail on the picture of this wolf is barely visible because it's put like this, so you barely can see anything about it. So this is what they look like together. And if you consider having both, well, just make up your mind. They don't particularly look like each other. They're just different. Two wolves, of course. Now, it's not that we can put this guy's legs around this guy, because his legs are, well, you're gonna feel it, it's really thick, incredibly thick. I hope the stitching is good quality, because it's gonna pop if not. This guy has like really squishy paws and he's cuddly. This guy is, yeah, rather like a statue or like a figure. He's cuddly, but it's more like a plush. You should just stay in place. There you go. He's very sweet. I love this guy. So you have like all kinds of colors in his fur. You can actually compare these. So you have like little pieces of ginger as well. It's like a nice, and it's a really tan nose. Here, well, actually, you can compare their fur. It's not that it's so much different. Also, this guy has different ears. His ears are fluffy, very fluffy, and mine's ears stand up really well. Also a bit of fur in the ears. You will really recognize more of the fluffy wolf ears on this guy. And his muzzle is much larger and straighter. While on this guy, the muzzle is firm and a bit smaller, and the ears stand up straight, but it don't really have the same fluffy side of the ears of the lying down one. Well, these wolves have more teeth than humans. So there you go. Is there anything more I can tell you about these plush? I would suggest just get them both, unless you really prefer one of those guys. Now you know with this video. If you ever have some questions about these guys, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do with it. If I really had to choose about which one I prefer, I think I would go for this guy here, but I in general, I like the sitting ones better, which is not always the case for everyone. So, this is the rather cuddly guy. He lies on the bed, watches television with you, just ask for some pettings and some lovies. And he looks actually really adorable, also with a gray marking on his nose. Unfortunately, on mine, the nose isn't very well finished. Here you have like a soft felt nose, and he has claws, and he even has this little thumb. I have no idea how you call this. Kylie has that too. And yeah, and here's his belly. And here's his tag. An awesome gift and an item for a wolf lover anyway. A very loved plush among people who bought this guy. This guy is more like a very majestic figure. Or, yeah, it's a plush toy, of course, but don't expect it to move much of his legs, because they're so damn straight, you won't get any movement into them. I'm just gonna groom this guy, and maybe he will just look a bit better afterwards, because I don't think they did a good job on the length of his hair up here. The hair shouldn't come off, maybe a bit. Just gotta be careful, sometimes the edges of the nose come off, like here, see? So never pull this little wolf by its nose. If there's something I can advise about this plush is use both hands to handle it. Just because you're gonna pull and push and, well, this is a very firmly stuffed plush, so just mind the stitching. And there you go. To give you a nice view. So, what is the size of this guy? Oh, I think it should be between... Well, I have no idea actually. I have to check in centimeters and I'll let you know in the next part of the video. There you go. So apparently the ears of mine are turned to the side. And this is actually, well, a general overview of the shape of the plush in general. So, if you place the leg well here, this is in general actually how he looks. So it's very majestic, really awesome plush. This wolf in size is about 24 inch high. So about from here to here, somewhere. And the surrounding of his neck, actually, I've been measuring his neck length here, which is about, yeah, 20 or 21 inch. I can tell you I've been buying this collar lately, which I'm going to show you in one of my hauls soon. There's actually a collar for a big dog. It's even too large for Kylie. And, well, it fits the wolf perfectly. So, if your dog is this size, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, even his neck is actually very straight. That is actually what I've been doing on his tan muzzle. I've been brushing a few of his hair on the side and a bit of the leftover hair coming over his nose. Like this, you can actually, yeah, just make a nice impression of how the gray color goes over into the tan. I groom him with this. And he will need to be groomed when you pack him out, definitely. So you can actually do this and make him look a bit wilder. Just this works very well. So do not get this plush if you expect something small or something just bunky. This guy is really bunky, but he is also meant just to be a very proud piece of decoration. It's actually like almost having a real wolf in the house. Almost. Just look at the nice shape of his muzzle. Here the edges of the ears have a very strong border. I don't really know how they assemble the ears, but it's well done. You even have a very realistic shape of the belly here. Also the tail. The tail just lies like this. It should have maybe been a bit longer, but you're gonna see that it should really fit your plush. Gorgeous wolf. There you go. That should be it for this guy. Now I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it was very helpful, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye!